and on the win rate.
Don't worry, even I'm uncomfortable.
He knows, he's aware of his power.
Because at this
It's
point,
too strong.
when people ask me about you know, what is my prediction,
Among the
I don't know. I don't think.
exists equilibrium.
First
all
thing
instinct.
comes to mind.
I
Yeah.
was made
Ask me who's my favorite child later on. I'm like, okay,
Your favorite child?
I don't have one yet.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe that's the way to go. Just have one, so people can't ask me that.
Or you make hard
you have a
predictions.
child?
Or you make hard predictions early. I don't have a kid, but it's definitely the second one that I like more. Ruining people's days. But let's get into the draft. DFYG on the blue side, facing off against Evil on the red side. And almost straight away, we're seeing a little bit of a difference in the draft, right? The fanny bands, Jushin, great to see Banda. But Baxia, Yves expected. Baxia, interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting here. They might know that Evo might bring a Baxia, I don't know, Baxia jungle and have something damagey in the roam, which we saw yesterday. The only Baxia game that we had was when a Hellcut roam was in play. Maybe they just have some kind of information because, again, Sasa as well as Lung has been in the scene for quite a while. I'm talking about the coaches. They're in the scene for quite a while. They probably have heard rumors about certain things that Evil might want to bring up.
Let them play the hero.
I mean, some of those picks right now, like with Baxia, it just has to be comboed. If you bring it out alone, I don't really think it
Usually gets
slots in.
punished.
Yeah, it doesn't slot into a lot of comms the way it did back then. But it was really in almost every game, the Baxia. But Kalea actually, as a first pick here for DFYG, is it possibly... This is still a great pick, first pick, because like it's both a team fight pick, but also a pick-off pick, so they have flexibility here still.
Yeah, flexibility for sure. If Supercat really needs to be fed early, then yeah, Zed with this Kalea pick definitely can help out a lot. But Evil can play around it by having either a very heavy front line, something like a Grok here, and now having the Yi Sun Shin as well. So different Yaguai, I think, will probably pick up a Lancelot here. But then what's the next priority?
Yeah, I don't necessarily...
EXP lane, maybe?
I don't know, because I feel like, usually I'm okay with Kalea openers, right? It's not the strongest openers based on what we've seen on the meta, but the bans are so strange that now this Kalea kind of opens up a couple of new factors. Number one, the fact that Grok was allowed through is kind of shocking to a certain degree, but at the same time, it goes to show that DFYG will have windows where they could potentially take out the initiators from the side of Evil, so I'm expecting the second half of the ban to be targeted towards that area, but we'll need to see first. Let's complete the first half first.
Oh, I was thinking the carry, comboing it with the Kalea makes a lot of sense. It really is a flexible hero that can fight early, they can farm towards the late game now.
Oh!
But the Harem is, now that's a fresh one.
Oh, I was worried because he said, what the Harem is.
Is to trick.
Does that mean they want... Why did...
Although I do have to say, I like the change on Faramis that now his ult is instant. Like, you can feel the difference.
It feels so much better.
It really helps you out, but usually this... Actually, with the Grok, it may be possible. The Faramis is super annoying if you basically force your opponents outside of the jungle, and then they will never have enough damage to deal with your ult, right? It basically makes it so that you're more safer forcing fights, but then they just basically have to draft around this. Whatever their EXP is, whatever their gold laner is, they got to be comfortable of leaving the lane quite early and then actually forcing a fight that eventually the FYG will lose.
On a micro level, though, there is a bit of an interaction with the initial pull as well as the wall, right? You wall your opponent, you quickly fly over the wall, yoink somebody back over onto your side, and now you're isolated if they use their mobility skills. So again, small moments could play into bigger events for Evil.
I mean, that's the plan. It's a bit far-fetched in my opinion, but if it works, you know, for DFYG so far, they haven't really shown their main front lines, but in theory, if they're concerned about the dive, right, this big combo, the extra sustain from the Faramis, they might go for like a thicker front line that's immobile. That could be the angle that Eva can go for.
Evil decide to ban out the Valentina. They probably don't want the Grok ult to be stolen away, or even the Faramis ult, both of which pretty decent at what they do. Uranus, the follow-up ban for DFYG.
Yeah, so looking at the draft here, I feel like it's actually smart betting out the mid lanes because E1 has proven to be quite a problem. Like, DFYG wins and lose off of E1. If E1 was the first to get caught, then yeah, they're probably going to be losing that team fight. But as long as E1 is still alive, they will figure out a way to turn things around. Now, I wonder what is going to be the next ban. Will they ban a Farsa? It's a good combo with the Kalea, and a Farsa can stop the Faramis quite early. But instead, they do ban out that Esmeralda.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of all the peelers.
Are they trying to
right?
get Lapu here?
I feel like it makes more sense for DFYG to go for Lapu.
I mean, like, Evil will have the next pick.
Yeah.
So they could take it away.
AoE is what both teams will be looking for to try and get an advantage.
And
in the
Lapu
scramble.
deals with the Faramis so hard.
Exactly.
I feel
AoE
like
damage.
DFYG should ban it out. Or just suffer that Evil will pick it up next.
I suppose. We'll see. Final ban here coming in from DFYG. I think they're starting to realize that they're deeper in the corner than they actually realized. There we go. The Lapu ban. Thank God. Now, question is, where do you go from here?
I'm curious about the gold lane, man. What gold lane do they want to pair with the Faramis? Because there are two ways of thinking about it, right? Do you want to get like a fighter so you can actually have that crashing dive power, or do you want to go for a marksman that where the Faramis can actually give you an extra layer of security?
I feel like if you want a marksman, a Granger is still fine here because again, you're forcing out the fights. If you don't want, a Claude is honestly not that bad because the problem is you're gonna deal true damage. You're gonna accept true damage from the carry, but through a Faramis, it kind of doesn't matter.
Harlots.
I feel like a Fovea should be good here for Tianfeng Yaguai.
Faux Farsa?
I think full Farsa would work.
I guess. I'm only concerned is that Farsa is just going to be essentially marked 24/7. Feathered Airstrike, instantly you're looking at people jumping to cancel it.
That's the main problem.
The safest is Kagura, but I don't know about that.
DFYG are okay with having like the Kalia being the only front line, because usually the Kalia just isn't as tanky. You got good sustain, but you're not exactly immune to burst damage.
My kiss.
Ooh,
Okay,
there we
Alice.
go.
Mortality
Good counter.
blossoms
Good teamfight
from
presence
the
and the
dead.
Luna.
Oh, forgot about a Lunox.
Nice. I was really worried that DFYG might overthink the situation and be like, okay, guys, we have to play for the earlier stages. Let's go with the Kimmy, and then you have like a really weird mid-duo that does decently well in the earlier stages, but then just completely falls off a cliff later.
Yeah, right now for Evil, they still have the Claude, but it's very hard to play a Claude against a Lunox unless you just use the Netherrealm in combination with that Blazing Duet to deal maximum damage without dying. Because at this point, honestly, the Claude is not bad. You can still go for something like a Granger. Other than that, I'm not sure unless they bring out something funky like a Clint. Oh, Freya, it's okay. It's okay. Like, Freya can definitely force fights, especially at level 4.
Man, talk about a battering ram, right? They're hoping that their opponents just group up together and maybe Freya is able to clean up or maybe even start the initial initiation so that Grok might have a better set. Either ways, it's heavily engage heavy on either side, dancing around.
Can I say it's pretty cool that they take the Freya away from the team from China?
Yeah.
Let me use your weapon against you.
Oh, I don't know. It's crazy. It's really crazy, especially when we're looking at the counter index being so little, but the lineup rating definitely higher for DFYG as we start making our way into the Land of Dawn.
This is going to be the second best of one for today. Evil going up against Tianfeng Yaguai. We see if Evil can actually get a win here on the Faramis. We have not seen this since forever. Welcome to the Land of Dawn.
All right, let's jump right into this because this is where we're expecting both teams to be battling it out tooth and nail. No moment wasted. But let's talk about this Freya for a second, Arashi, because again, this has been the hot new thing that has showed up not only during the wildcards, but even the group stages.
I feel like it's susceptible to getting kited back so much, especially because right now for DFYG, they have a good amount of mobility baked into their composition. And against a dive hero like the Freya, you either kite away from it or burst it down. Technically, DFYG can do both, although with the Vengeance, right? That could be some factor where Ven can buy a bit more time, be a bit more of a problem.
But they're also calling their support down to the bottom side as we see the initial invasion from Sayla and Powerful. They're getting some good damage onto Superkin, but unfortunately still doesn't get the Little Wanderer.
Yeah, this is what they want to try to do. They want to establish a very early, a lot powerful, able to push them away. Ooh.
Getting chunked pretty hard here. Sayla should be okay, at least for Powerful, able to get his passive off in time.
Yeah, either ways, right now, I like what Evil is trying to do, where Powerful is able to delay the minions, so they tried to go for an early freeze, but Tianfeng Yaguai said going to the gold lane, understand that Vel honestly doesn't care, even if he's denied of some minions, but you can't say the same for long. So I like that Tianfeng Yaguai answered that freeze very early on.
E1, by the way, is going for the bargain hunter right here, so trying to go for those early power spikes as fast as possible. again, I think for a lot of people, including the players themselves, they're looking at that first neutral objective fight, right, with all the ultimates ready. So setting up, clearing waves faster to ensure that you have the EXP lead is actually a big factor that I think both teams are kind of contesting.
Another thing we have to consider is that actually there's not as much CC as I would like to see on Dianfeng Yaoguai. They've got a lot of like decent mobility, but if Ven is on top of them, there's a pretty good chance that Lung might have to just flicker almost instantaneously if he joins that first fight. Speaking of which, it already begun. E1 getting some good damage. Phantom Execution doesn't connect, but Powerful still will collapse. The Brilliance from E1 is good enough, and unfortunately the Darkening cannot trigger in time to get relevant damage. Oh, the knockup, it's good. Vermin's able to get the ult off in time, and Super Ken takes the turtle. Zed able to flicker out of there just in time as well. 1v3, sustaining through the damage in hopes that he finds a trade back, and they play it perfectly. Evil, no casualty in the last engagement.
Dude, Sailor yanked him away from that kill, man. It worked out so well. DFYG were able to get the neutral objective though, so overall, still pretty even, but Evil is showing that if you want to try and take them in the early game fight, this is exactly what they want.
Yeah, that's the kind of brotherly love that I like to see. Vel made it so that Aether could not get the turtle, and then Aether killed him.
That's the way, that's the way. But
interesting brand of brotherly love.
Yeah.
Oh, just you wait.
I love Naruto.
This is gonna get worse. As this game progresses, I want to see whether it's gonna come to a point where Aether is like, nah, little bro's gotta sit down. Little bro's gotta sit down at some point.
Well, I kind of feel like Lil Bro is having the same idea, because I'm pretty sure it's his job to deal with both Aether as well as Sayla, and then hoping everyone else to be able to deal with Ven, right? Because the biggest problem is going to be Aether. As long as he's out of the fight, sure, the rest deals damage, but not as much.
Oh, the engagement is perfect, and unfortunately, Sayla doesn't make it there in time to save him. Fortunately now, with the Netherrealm gone, it's just going to be another head falling over to DFYG.
Can I say that I love Faramis, one of my best heroes, but I don't know. I'm hoping Sayla can make it work, so I have an idea of how to play him right now, but I gotta say, I've not been having any luck with this pick.
I mean, especially in this game, Rafael, they're just very all-in. If you look at Evil's composition, they can go for a fight, and then they're stuck in there. They can't really get out of it, right? And DFYG are the ones with the mobility advantage. I'm curious about who is actually going to go for the healing reduction first, because DFYG have a lot of healing baked in.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Lung has none of that, as he's already been lost 50% of his HP, able to at least stay alive, didn't give too much gold over as the next turtle is already here.
Yeah, right now looks like definitely Yaoguai is going to be the one pulling on their side. Aether only have a few more seconds now on that turtle boat. Vel is just waiting for him to show his face to go in.
Hey, Gear is just beating him up, and now the engagement from Sayla is good! They find Zed, take out the trigger finger as the Netherrealm already pops to save lives here. Paramedics on the scene, Super Ken bails out. Lung, he's thinking about this, but how does he help out Vel? Does control the spiral, it's not good enough because that has put him in an all-compromised position as Gear has set it all up, getting another flicker, 3 battle spells, from the side of Dianfeng Yaoguai, and Gear just continues to provide. Saved! Saved at the last second! Pulled in by the Tsunami Slam! Oh my god!
That was the sickest role play I've seen in a while.
How did he predict that? He knew he was going to flicker, right? He preemptively threw himself.
Just tapping away, man. Vel now, 1v3 under turret.
Now, Vel, oh wait, hold on, he didn't take his flowing blood, and now stuck in the middle of 3 as he is getting pounded on. Gone are the days of Alice. Freya here to play.
I mean, Vel hold out against Reed, so that's still very, very good here. Definitely Yaoguai as well as Evil. Looks like they are trading places in terms of dominant control.
Another Tsunami Slam, but Gear is going to try and buy as much time as possible with 0 reinforcements on his side of the map. Dianfeng Yaoguai walk away, taking the lead this time against Evil.
If you want to be careful sacrificing Gear that often, because in the early fights, you saw that he was one of the main damage dealers carrying the fights. The fact that he dared to go for that kill on Super Ken, well timing that vengeance was really close, but you have to watch out for the Kalia, man. This is why DFYG, the Kalia can be an engage tool, but as a peel tool, it's just so good as well, because you're stuck in that animation of the Tsunami Slam for so long.
Yeah, but I feel like that last play in mid, saving Super Ken, I'm pretty sure that will be a TikTok highlight. It's just about picking which song.
That's 90% of the job besides the edit.
Yeah,
But
Sayla as well, now having the lightning truncheon, I'm actually quite curious how much damage a Faramis can do with the lightning truncheon, because again, Faramis is the kind of mage that wants your opponent to clump up to do maximum damage.
oh, plays being made. Gear already getting the darkening out of E1. Does he have the armor? Yes, he does. Brilliant's out, and he's now on the run. Bell has to chase him. He knows that his flicker is gone, but he has the vengeance. He can pop it at any time. He finds it into E1. Wants to get Lung as well as Evil. Continue. No, this is a guaranteed dive, right? No. Saylas calls it off. It's not safe. The turtle is about to spawn.
Yeah, probably the Valkyrie stance is running out.
Ooh, Ether, want to be careful here.
Should be okay. Then again, it's a 50-50. War axe purchased by Ven. A huge power spike in down from Yao Guai. Completely give this up. A no contest for Evil.
This is the point in the game where Evil can actually definitely win a lot of fights decisively. And you can see DFYG respected quite a little bit, but look at the chase!
Okay, another Tsunami Sign coming out. Nether Realm as well to protect his life as Zed in trouble. Yi1 doesn't know how to get his damage into that middle of this fight.
Oh!
In the middle of the darkening, and now creates space for Lung as he's on top of Gear, flickering forward. Lung takes him out, wants to get Aether. He's gonna get hit by the Dragon Ball. Is he? No, he waits for the perfect time. Aether plays to AT. Powerful, no flicker.
Overkill.
And this is why I say is the thing about Dianfeng Yao Guai is they force it out when they really shouldn't. Like when we saw this yesterday, there's no reason for you to fight that. You already saved yourself. I don't know.
Yep. And I think that Evil at this point, with Powerful so eager to get this kill, and Yi1 really is out for Aether, right? This is, again, the third time he's done this. No darkening. He still has the Brilliance. Trying to get out. The Tsunami Slime is good. Yi1 takes him out. And now Bell trying to peel off 4 members. The Flowing Blood gets caught in the wall. Unfortunately, Ben, he is just so stable in the front line. What are you supposed to do against this guy?
Not much, actually. You gotta wait for more power spikes. But, man, I feel like Aether has been caught in an odd situation multiple times this game. I wonder if he's not pre-planning his routes, his rotations. Because on a Yi Sun-shin, that's part of what makes that hero so good. How fast you can farm up and move around the map to collect all that farm.
Or he trusts Sayla so much.
Have a personal medic ready at any time. Okay, Bell engaging on a fight that I'm not 100% sure should have been started in the first place, but considering the position of DFYG, they thought maybe they caught someone. Bell once again jumps in. Doesn't get too much here, but at least they know that the Brilliance is gone from Yi1.
Yeah, Ven is basically like the moment that all this up, he just dives in.
Oh, and Gear finds the final slash, forcing Yi1 to flicker. Oh wait, Evil, they're punching them right at the ankles.
Good timing there. No flicker available for Yi1 for the next neutral objective. And look at the setup, but super can. Careful, man. Ben.
I mean, the Vengeance, not enough. Not even remotely close as Lung is able to burst him down and Powerful. He's got an opportunity. Tech charge? No tech charge? Gonna save the tech charge? Finally, there's the tech charge. Gear is doing a godly amount of damage.
I like that. It's like, hey, that's all you, buddy. I can save Super Cat. I don't know about you.
I mean, I like how you were like, tech charge, and it finally came out. I thought it interesting that they sent Ben to essentially split push, but then when he was punished, they didn't go for the neutral objective. And technically, I don't think they can. They don't have a lot of built-in shred the same way DFYG does with the Lunox and carry. Super can though.
Okay. He will be able to use his punctures to get out of the awkward situation that he was put in, but I think Evil at this point also understand that fighting for the Lord contested is going to be pretty hard. We might as well just keep feeding off of you as what you want. Get caught again. Able to get the Brilliance in time. Total Wall only connects onto its low side. Good wall from Powerful. And Ben takes out Long as they now start pressuring the Lord.
Dude, Dianfeng Yao Guai has no idea to deal with Ben on this Freya. I mean, like, it's a China special, but it looks like they have no idea what to do against this.
Or it's China PTSD. It's like
Oh,
every time they see it, it's like, I remember what my league looks like.
Now I know why we always ban it.
Dude, especially with the Faramis though, it's just so difficult. Because again, there's two ways. You kite back away, or you burst him down. With the Vengeance and with the Faramis around, you just can't burst it down that easily. And the chase from Ven so far is fearsome, dude. I can't imagine being chased down like that.
God, and this is off of the ban of Sora, by the way, who's amazing at chases. Look at the items as well. I think that it's relevant for Super Ken to get the brute force breastplate.
Yeah.
He needs to live, but they also, as I mentioned before, don't have a lot of CC. So again, I feel like Ven, he can basically do whatever he wants. Illegal? I don't see no laws here.
I feel like DFYG, they need to kite out many abilities coming in from Evil, but Ven is not giving that opportunity. Seem as powerful. Those walls are costing DFYG quite a lot here. So I feel like if they're able to kite it out, they might eventually win, but doing it is so difficult.
And kiting back is one thing, but with the Kalia, with the Alice, they want to actually hold their ground and sustain back up. But if Evil can land a few more kills and get more gold, they might be too far ahead for DFYG to even stick around.
Whoa, Ven engaging pretty early to get the Brilliance out, and now they've even caught it with the help of the Mighty Swing. Well, now we see Gear having to flicker away from the Tsunami Slime as Vel is trying to tank as much as possible. He needs to clear that wave. Finally, the inhibitor will eventually start to collapse with the help of Aether, and they back off. 0 casualties. Once again, the clean technical play of Singapore.
I gotta say, DFYG looks lost here. And Evil, they're just like, forward? Forward. Like, they don't even have to really think about it. Ven just jumps in whenever he sees the opportunity, and Sayla is basically making a bad play look very good.
I think they gotta not put E1 so like just be careful and powerful.
Yeah.
That's the only guy.
And Gear, honestly.
I mean Gear, but at least you can like see Gear.
Oh, dude, they did a fadeaway on the orange, and it was alive with a sliver of HP, and they allowed it to take down too. They really seem like they are caught off guard. They're stunned by just the sheer momentum of Evil. Evil basically drafted a good teammate composition and said, all the way, right? No breaks on this train, and they're living up to it. They haven't taken the base turret on the far side away from the Lord, but at this point, they might not even need to.
Well, we'll see, because again, the timer, when both teams reach that end game and they start to even out, it's getting shorter and shorter. We've already played 13 minutes in this game, about to hit that 14th, and Evil has only developed a 4.2k. Usually, if you want that dominating victory, you need that 10k differential, but now that we're breaking into the 42k mark, DFYG just needs to make one more base defense.
Yeah, looking at the items as well, looks like E1 wants to go for that Holy Crystal. Not sure how much he's far off, but I'm guessing by the time the Lord spawns, he should have that Holy Crystal.
Look at this move though, Evil fully stacking up on the lower side. Now this is the dangerous crossing, and DFYG, they're split up.
They made sure that they set up a slow push down on that bot side, top side. It's a net negative for Evil for now. They might need to correct that, but they don't mind it pushing it just a bit. Here comes Zed. Might have an opportunity to conceal in hand. Nope, doesn't find the right targets. Knows that Powerful is just too close as they activate lane. E1 able to get out of there with a flicker and as well as a Brilliance, but now he gets chased down by the Valkyrie Queen herself. Ven puts him down into the dirt, and this now becomes a no contest.
Where you going?
I can't believe I'm right, but DFYG, they win and lose based off how E1 is playing. If he gets caught, it's like, okay, there's no way you guys can win. And he gets caught all the time.
Was he caught though? He's gonna run down.
He has the most deaths of the team, dude.
I know, but he avoided it. He flicked it out. You know, he tried to outplay it. Ven is like, come here, bro. Dude, come here.
He was never getting away from that.
Why did you go mid like that?
Yes.
You're a mage. Even fighters don't do that.
And better yet, it's you're playing a scaling mage, literally all scaling items. It's not like you're looking to protect yourself.
There's a better path. It's longer, but it's better.
I feel like one plays like a jungler. I feel like I see any kind of farm, I need to take it. But here we go. Inhibitor going to collapse. Ven for a position. He's already got 2 autos. Oh, here comes the Tsunami Slam. And now the Nether Realm. Nobody takes any damage as they start breaking away at the members of DFYG. Yeah, why? They already made the Thorn Ruin work. Long finds one. Might even get a second here onto Aether. Gets it as well. Starts pushing forward here. Must take the fight. Doesn't get the final slash off, but the triple kill is through. And Evil have been put in their place.
I just typed Ben on WhatsApp and then he just died.
Yikes.
No, my bad, bro. My bad.
LFL, he died and he gave the shutdown too long.
Yeah.
Bro, talk about going from bad to worse.
Yup, 6-3-0. Lung's been farming the entire game.
And off of those 3 kills, the big shutdown actually got him his 4th item, which is the Mythic Gun.
He got 2 items from that. Let's take a look at the replay here, honestly. It starts off really, really well, and then they got stuck in this massive thrown, and Long is just free hitting the whole time. No one was on him.
He initially got displaced, but it's like, actually, this works out better for me. And he continues to push on forward. Now, hold on.
You want, I swear.
Don't do it.
You die again.
He's not gonna die. He's not gonna die. He's not gonna die. We're cool. We'll chill. But I don't know what Ruin doesn't hit onto anybody. At least Ben, at the bare minimum, Phantom Execution. And now we see, well, the final slash out to Zed doesn't allow him and cancels it as well. No Tsunami Slam.
Oof, man, now you're seeing the back and forth because DFYG have caught up. With that sequence of events, Long has the Malefic Gun, but also the Wind of Nature. Whereas before the base defense, I believe he was standing on 3.5 items. So he got a huge boost. Right now, it's Evil. Evil are the ones who have to really think about who they want to send out to the zone out Long. Because before, they couldn't really burst down Ven, but now with 6 items, it's a real possibility. You saw Ven's HP bar just get chunked down.
And now the problem is, Ven has been doing a good job to shut down Yi1, but the moment you go for Long, Yi1 is all alone, and then he starts becoming a problem. That's the problem when there's multiple threats.
Tech charge already through, and now Hollowback Reese gets him right into the back line, hoping that the side's curled out. Gear flickers away. He doesn't die, and now the Netherrealm keeps him alive as the Throne of Ruin finally pops onto 2. Will can still free hit, but he wants more. He needs to close the distance quickly, but Powerful says no. Walls, and they disengage. Lord, still available.
Man, no casualties, but this is the investment that Evil made earlier. They have the far side base tower down, but now this is like late game. All the items are getting completed for DFYG, and they can shred on the Lord really, really fast, so they have that factor going for them. They can sneak this Lord if Evil aren't careful.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big problem that I think Evil knows, so they feel like they gotta contest.
Here comes Tsunami Slam already through. Oh, man, he's able to get out just in time. Is Powerful. Does find some counterplay. He's going to come back, but he needs to tech charge. He dies before he gets it off. And now DFYG missing their mid laner. Yi1 missing, and Vel looking to peel Throne of Ruin onto 3 targets. And Gear can only do so much as Zed tries to save. He has to run. 2 down. The overextension complete. And Long, with no more pillars of support, quickly wins up Natures to get Super Ken into the mix, and Gear finally dies.
Here's the thing, that was DFYG, they hesitated because they saw Vel there, and they're like, do we help him out? Do we not help him out? Because I feel like, oh, he's gonna die, but oh wait, he's surviving much longer than we thought. And because of that, Zed got caught as well. That was a moment of hesitation that Evil just took advantage of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, that might have just costed them the game. This Lord is so important for both teams, and Evil has just gotten it without any contest. DFYG were separated, and when they're not together, this is the quote-unquote weakness of a traditional composition, whereas for Evil, that's exactly what they want. If they can get 5 1v1s, they would take it.
Yeah.
Really dangerous game here. I mean, the engages coming in for Vel has been good. I see a world where they can actually defend against them, but it comes at a lot of cost, and Evil just need to be unaware of their position. So far, Sayla has just been the big savior with the Netherrealm.
Yeah, now Ven having the Malefic Roar will deal much damage.
Tsunami Slam already countered. Oh, they get Long! One shot by Sayla, the tech charge onto 2, and the final closing fight for Evil as they get their first point here at the Swiss stage.
Dude, like,
wow.
I'm sorry, but Zed, that was unnecessary. You got to deal with the Lord, let someone overextend, and then pull them into the base. I don't know, man. DFYG, their timings are so off, and it's costing them everything.
I feel like it's that autopilot mode where you're like, what should I be doing? Not sure. And you kind of run around and you do the wobble in the mid lane, you kind of walk in circles a little bit, and then you realize you needed to be somewhere.
Oh, dude, that was crazy. I thought it was going to be a lot more decisive than that. But the fact that Long just got immediately cut down, I don't know if that was unfortunate, if that was commendable from Evil. Whatever the factor was, that completely sealed the deal, man. We were hyping up the late game for so long.
Yeah, Powerful able to charge in, and everyone following up after that. We're going to be looking at the hesitation here because seeing the movements of DFYG, Yi1 was caught again. And then we can see Vel jumping in, trying to get that kill onto Ven. And they do not want to back him up at all. But then seeing that he was actually surviving a bit longer, then they decided to go in, but by that time, they just put in a very bad position.
Oh, it's the Mountain Shocker.
Yeah, it's the mountain try. Literally, he gets 2-tapped here.
He really did.
It's so unfortunate for Long because he knew he wanted to dash forward, and I think Aether saw the same vision as well.
Yeah, Sven doing a lot of damage, man. Like, after the Malefic Roar, like, selling his boots, I did not thought he would just 2-tap Long. That was... Ooh. Anyways, right now, we are going on to the stage with Brigida as well as Evil for the interview.
Thank you so much to our casters, and once again, congratulations to Evil Esports! I could hear your supporters all the way from here. Okay, so congrats, Aether here. Welcome to the stage. And I have a few questions for you guys. So maybe starting here with Aether. So how does it feel now that you actually won against your brother? Because this is M7. This is the World Championships, the biggest MLBB stage of them all. So how does it feel?
Of course, I'm happy because I can beat him, because in the last match, I think I lose in MDL when he is in Evo Icon, and I'm in RIQ, I lose to him. So now when I win against him, I'm happy.
All right, so did this have anything to do with how motivated you are heading into this match? Were you a bit more excited to go up against him? Were you excited in this match?
Yeah, of course I excited because but I'm not expect to beat him in the 0-1 lah. I hope we can beat in 1-0, so we have more of life like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's okay, it's okay. You still have more chances because you still have 2 lives. Okay, basically you still have 2 lives. Okay, now I have a question for you here.
Okay.
Okay, so it's been a while. It took you more than 4 years to make an M series comeback. And now that you're finally back here again on stage playing, how does it feel for you?
It feels amazing because the stage is so cool. Then I want to cherish every moment here.
All right, so is there a bit of a leadership role going on now that you're back?
Leadership role?
Yeah.
I think we'll leave that to Powerful.
Okay, okay. Last question, maybe for Aether here. Okay, so I know I've been asking you about your brother, but this is the last. Do you have any message for him after this match?
pakai Indo boleh?
Message to your brother.
Yeah, use Indonesian language kan?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Tetap semangat, meskipun 0-2 pasti nanti sebelum maksudnya kalau belum 0-3 masih ada harapan lah buat balik jadi 3-2 atau dan lain-lain. Tetap semangat.
Alright, maybe one last for Gear. Any message to the fans?
Thank you for supporting us. We'll try to do our best in the future matches.
Okay, I love the energy. Shout outs to their fans over there, and thank you so much to Gear and Aether for joining us on stage. Now it's time to head back to our casters to break down that game for us.
Thank you very much, Brigida. And yes, Aether is right. As long as it's not 0-3, there's still opportunities, right? But again,
Facts.
it's very dangerous here because this is only day number 2 and we're already having teams going 0-2, just one more loss, and that's it. But let's talk about this game first. The fairness, I would say every single hero from Evil kind of feels like they have their own individual jobs, right? Ben makes sure that the Yuan doesn't do anything. Seela makes sure no one dies. Aether was there. And then Gear makes sure that Super Ken could not do much.
I think that this is one of the few exciting metas that I watch, and I'm like, every hero doesn't feel like they're out of place, right? The laning phases, I think that all the teams, and especially even for Seela, because there's a pretty good argument that Seela could have just straight up just lost the mid lane, right? It's a 2v2 sort of lane, and you've got a Kalia on the opposite side, and your farmers, right? Your cooldowns may be shorter, but there's outplay potential in the lane itself. And I think the beautiful thing about it was the fact that Seela, even from last year and the year before, he's really patient. He's really patient utilizing that Netherrealm, right? Maybe not the very last 2 fights, but other than that, on point.
Yeah, and honestly, we gotta talk about the build as well. He went for more damage because I believe his glowing one was 4th item, and that really helped him out a lot. Because You don't let them heal by just killing them faster.
I think it might be a bit earlier than that actually, but it wasn't first item, that's for sure. He went for Lightning Truncheon to start things off, get more wave here, get more teamfight presence. And in the mid game, Powerful and Sailor both had like a healing reduction. Dominance Ice was completed as well. And considering the fact that DFYG can't stand their ground and they're forced to move backwards, they did not get any value of that sustained game plan they were having.
Yeah, I think the sustained game plan isn't exactly great, especially if your sustained game plan is coming from Kalia in comparison to how much value you're getting from the Netherrealm on a single button press. And a lot of these fights, you can see that Evil understand this. It's a lot of pushing and pulling, trading resources, and then moving back and doing it again.
And the problem is, for DFYG, I kind of feel like for the fans watching, analyzing the game, every single mistake, they will start with, why are you there? Like, almost every single fight you see DFYG is involved in, you're like, why are you there? Why are you there? Why did you start the fight there? Here's the thing, as a roamer, the most dangerous thing a roamer can do is set up a fight for your team to die. Because you think you need to set up a fight, but you're gonna give this, false sense of security where your team thinks that you did something cool and then they have to follow up, but no. You're actually enabling your opponents
To go for a wipeout.
Let's put it this way. I kicked enough Lancelot and Hayabusa over to Husky playing Farsa
Oh no!
that I've learned not all engages are good.
You have to
There
pick
are
and choose, yes.
I've kicked a Tigreal. No, with the Kalia, I pulled the Tigreal to my knee.
He did.
And the Tigreal's name was El Crowd Control.
Crowd control.
Just trust me,
Literally
as a roamer, it's your most dangerous aspect of your kit where you think you did something cool, but you just killed your team.
Yep. It was a good time during the SPS, but I totally agree, right? Because not all engages are good. However, this particular engage right before the Lord actually comes in, I don't know about you, Arashi, there's a semblance of an idea here. Because I feel like the only person who can actually take on that Lord is going to be Lung, and he has to commit his ult to doing that. You can't use his ult twice when the Lord is already pushing in with the team backing it up, so you got to choose one or the other, right?
Right, for sure. I think DFYG as well, you saw that the moments that they do well is when they do the push and pull really well. But there were times where you've seen Powerful use the tech charge, you've seen Ven use the vengeance, you've seen resources expanded, and they were hesitant. It's almost like they weren't really keeping track of the skills, the cooldowns that well, right? That's why there were some moments where Vel was in there, and then you see Long and Supercan like, yo, are they gonna catch me? Like, but they really use the catch tool, so you do question whether there's a bit of a language barrier even, like there's any lack of communication.
I think priorities of fears, right? I think for Lung, he was very worried about gear because from minute one all the way into the mid game, he's looking at gear. When is that final slash going to push me out of position? When am I going to get tech charged by Powerful or comboed one into the other?
I gotta say, Yuan has to step up, man.
Yeah,
because
That too.
in M7 we have so many like top tier mid laners. We got the Sans, the Story Me's,